Hi guys, my name is Georgette Truin. I work for attorney Vincent Davis and I'm the host of Relatives Fight CPS. And I just wanted to speak to the relatives out there, and I'm going to share this video with a grandmother and an aunt in Yolo County, California. CPS contacted the aunt in regards to her niece who had a newborn baby, and the grandmother of the baby lives in a different state, but her aunt lives in Yolo County. And CPS told the aunt of the mother that they discovered they discovered fentanyl in the baby, and that the mother refused to do a drug test. But then the aunt said, how is that possible if you already did a drug test on my niece and you it doesn't make sense, doesn't add up. And then she said to me, she was recording this, she said, the social worker told her, oh, you're one of those. You ask too many questions, and then she hung up the phone on her. That's in Yolo County CPS, okay? I heard the recording that she recorded. Then the aunt right away called her mom, which is a grandmother, and told her what happened. Then the grandmother told her daughter that, hey, by the way, I already got a call from CPS, and it's not their fault. It's my daughter's fault. So the aunt is like, but you don't even know the whole story. So they convinced the grandmother that her daughter is doing fentanyl, right? So the aunt of the mother, she knows very well that her niece is not doing fentanyl. It's complicated, but again, I'm showing you guys what transpires when there's a CPS social worker involved. That baby was born with no drugs. The mother never done drugs in her life. The only thing the mother has is that she lost her job recently. She has Medi-Cal, and she's collecting food stamps and cash aid temporarily until she's on her feet again. Okay, and WIC. She said WIC as well. She said when the baby was born, the nurse loved that baby so much, they kept talking among each other and how beautiful the baby is. So to me, I feel like there's foul play. So anyways, I'm letting you guys know out there, do not believe what the social workers are saying. Please do not believe what they're telling you about your daughter or your son or your daughter-in-law or your son-in-law. Please don't believe them, guys. They're just trying to set you all up to fail, okay? Also, for mothers and relatives out there, there was an arrest made a couple of days ago where the mother was having a visit with the children in Chuck E. Cheese, and the visit was like it was being monitored. So a man walked in the facility and he pepper sprayed the monitor, stole the baby, put the baby in a van, a white truck, sorry, and took off. They put an Amber Alert on that on the child. The state and the county put an Amber Alert on that child, and they said it's very important to find her, etc., etc. Anyways, they found the child in Palm Springs. That's where the child was found, in Palm Springs. They arrested the man that took the child, which was the father, but the one that was driving the car they cannot find. Now, a move like this, and I understand that you guys want to take your kids home, you guys want to enjoy your kids, you want to save them. But you guys have to understand, authority will find you. You don't want to risk that having the child. The only thing I recommend is lawyering up. Can't do anything illegal. And when the child is in the state custody, according to them, it's illegal. Even though you're the parent, you give birth to that child, but they call it illegal kidnapping. Okay. It blows my mind because I know how much you guys love your children. I get it. I get that. But it blows my mind how they call the parents illegal kidnappers. And Sarah, you're absolutely right. Um, there is a lot of things going on right now where they're stopping everyone. And I actually got the news on that. They're stopping everyone for DUI. Now, DUI is not just alcohol. Remember that DUI is any prescription drugs that makes you drowsy when you're driving. DUI is any substance, in marijuana, even though it's legal in some states. But when you smoke marijuana and you're behind a wheel, it's illegal. In California, LA County, San Bernardino County, Lancaster, Riverside, I received 32 messages. 32 messages from parents who lost their children in that search. I mean, not search, but they're monitoring. So police cars are sitting out there monitoring any type of move. If you have an expired registration, blah, 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 all that stuff, they'll stop you if you're driving recklessly or, zigzagging between lanes, all that, they'll stop you and they will check your cars. They will do everything to make sure that you have a DUI behind the wheel. So, according to them, they're trying to be safe. They're trying to make the streets safe and all that stuff. But they're stealing children because the first thing the parents told me, and that's everyone that called me and texted me, they said the first thing the police asked them is, "Do you have children?" Okay, why is that? I have no idea. I honestly don't know why. But if you want to put two and two together, if you tell them you have a 3-year old or a baby, or if you have a baby in the car, all that, they're going to remove that baby from you, the children. Marijuana is legal in Massachusetts, but they will test the babies if you're test positive for marijuana because it's not legal at a federal level. That is so, Sarah, I love you. I don't know you, but I love you. Sarah is right. It's not legal in the federal level. Okay, which is weird, right? They make it legal, but then at the same time, it's not legal in the federal level. Um, very good information, Sarah. Thank you so much for sharing this. I appreciate you. Um, Tess Young said Chester County is bad. That's where I am. Yep, they're all bad. Tess, honest to God, they're all bad. Yeah, they're all bad. They're all bad. It doesn't matter what county you're in, honey, or what state you're in. They're all bad. I mean, Canada, for God's sakes, is another country, and they're so corrupt as well. Canada, there's other countries in Africa where CPS exists. Believe it or not, I didn't know this until we got a call. I got a call from somebody in Africa, and I'm like, Africa, like, what the hell is this? Um, Someone is retaining us from Canada. She has properties in Canada. She's selling one of the properties to be able to get Davis to fly in another country to help her on this case. Her case, the good thing about it is she already put one of the properties on sale in the market, and she said her real estate guy is going to close soon, and the case just opened, like not even opened yet, but it just started. Okay, so the children right now are placed with her with her great grandmother of the children, and temporarily until the investigation is done. So she is doing everything she can, her and her husband, to make sure that she has the right person to fight for her children. Okay. um this is a war against parents in general, and the problem again with relatives, they believe everything the social worker says. That's the problem with relatives. And I told you guys a million times, do not believe what the workers are telling you about your kids, who are the parents of your grandkids. Put your differences aside, for God's sakes. And you guys, one specific person I'm talking to right now, This video is made specially for you, Grandma. I'm begging you, do not believe what the social workers are saying about your son. Do not. It's not true. And the workers even told you, Grandma, that if you defend your son, they're going to make sure the grandchildren are not placed with you. I have news for you. The workers will also tell you in time, in a few weeks, that you have to be a foster parent. Okay? Now, when you mention to the worker that you will adopt your granddaughter and not your son's stepson, who's 6 years old, that right there, when the workers tells you that you have to adopt both kids or have placement for both kids and you only want your bloodline only, that's not good, because you're going to lose both. You're going to lose your son's stepson and you're going to lose your granddaughter. It's best for you to keep quiet and lawyer up, right? Because you cannot separate both siblings. So remember that. This is the God honest truth. And, again, the father is a little bit hard-headed, meaning he's very emotional. And I get that part. But when someone addresses to you guys that your emotions is going to get you more trouble, believe it. Because we see what's going on. Emotions doesn't work with CPS. I can't emphasize that enough to you. Emotions doesn't work in the court system. You have to be as cold as ice. You have to let your yes be yes and your no be no, and that's it. Do not offer more information. Do not threaten the social worker and say, I'm going to sue you, because now you're making it harder for them. I mean, harder for you, easier for them. It's like you're giving them the gun and the bullets in one hand to use on you. That's exactly what it is. Do not threaten them. I know your children are your world, but believe me when I say this. In order for you to get your children back, you have to put on your thinking hat. You have to remove your emotions from your life until you have those kids. Emotions will lead you to make mistakes and to say the wrong things, and that's not what you want to do. Also, relatives, CPS follows you guys everywhere. CPS follows you, grandma, auntie, uncle, godmother, godfather, best friend, all that. They follow you. If you were ordered not to have contact with the parent who is your daughter or your son, do not violate that, because they follow you. Once they see you meeting your son or your daughter, who are the parent of the child, they will remove your grandchild from you. That is so important for you guys to understand this. They will know, and they will remove that grandchild from you. So please keep that in mind, and lawyer up. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, best friends, all the relatives, anywhere in the world, family comes first for placement. Again, family comes first for placement. If the social worker tells you they will not contact or pretend they contacted your family in Canada or New Zealand or Australia or Virginia or anywhere, it's because they don't want to lose the funding. They don't want to lose the funding. That department doesn't want to lose the funding to Virginia, to anywhere. So you need to lawyer up immediately. And you make sure your attorney has over, Mr. Davis says, 25 names or more anywhere in the world, not just the state, not just the county, I mean. Okay? They will do everything in their power to stop you from claiming your children, which is sad. It's sad to say. There are some of you out there that don't know about the Nancy Skinner law. Let me educate you. Okay? So the Nancy Skinner law is the SB 354. which will remove obstacles from the children in foster care system being placed with a relative caregiver who may have a past conviction once the placement has been fully vetted to ensure the child's safety. Okay? If they pose no risk, if that conviction was passed like decades ago and they pose no risk currently, meaning they got their act together, whatever the case may be, they're holding things on grandparents that happened when they were 16 for felony, for petty theft. Petty theft, it stays on your record apparently forever, right? So if a grandfather stole a pin, he was caught, then they will hold that against the grandfather and say, no, you can't have your grandchild. This is ridiculous. So this law came out. They do not tell you about this law because they don't want to let you know about this law, because oftentimes when they get parents don't have the time to research. Oftentimes the parent or the mother, whoever, is so caught up in the moment that that mother's losing sleep, can't eat, doesn't know what her rights are anymore. She thinks she's being bullied. She gets angry. She gets frustrated. The grandparents believe CPS, all that. And then you forget to research. You forget to call and ask around. When you do call, do not call family law attorneys. Do not call criminal attorneys. Do not call immigration attorneys. Please, I'm begging you. The only one you need to search for is CPS defense attorneys. CPS defense attorneys, CPS defense attorneys. Understand how many years that attorney has been doing this, because you don't want just someone who takes on cases sometimes. You want someone who takes on cases, CPS cases, all the time. So oftentimes, if you're dealing with a family law attorney, they'll take on your case, but then they'll say, well, you're going to have to listen to the social worker. Once you listen to the social worker, right, everything is going to be okay. I know for a fact, previous attorney, his name is Eric Camlin. He was disbarred. Yeah. That jerk was a family law attorney, and he took on a CPS case, and he told the mother to, you guys can search him, he told the mother to listen to the social worker. That man never returned any calls. All his clients were looking for him. He moved from one department, from one office to the next, different offices, different locations, different freaking counties. And then he just took people's money and just left them dry. You have to be extremely important to you to look for the right attorney. Sarah said, how much would it cost for Wentz to take, who's Wentz, Sarah, to take out Massachusetts case in theory if, say, someone wanted to work on a fundraiser? Oh, you're talking about Vince. Okay, got it. Well, Sarah, the only thing is I need to understand your case. I don't know anything about your case. You would need to call me or text me. My text direct number for work is 626-631-8901. Or you can call the office at 888-888-6582 and ask for me. And either Rachel or Joni will answer the phone, or someone else, and just ask for me, and they will either email me or transfer the call to me. You can also email me your information at GAT@vincentwdavis.com. GAT@vincentwdavis.com. Okay? And then always include your full legal name and your phone number so I can be able to call you or text you. Okay, that's important. I need to understand everything about your case in order for me to even see what we can do to help you guys out. The length of the case is very important. You guys always have to include with me. You have to include the court hearing. Like, when is the next court hearing? What type of hearing is it? That is so important for me to know. When is the next court hearing and what type of hearing it will be? Because if you're TPR, right? If you're in the TPR stage, which is TPR stands for termination of parental rights. Now remember this, grandparents, if your son or daughter is terminated, either one, you will all be terminated from seeing that grandchild. That's why it's important for grandparents to act quickly. It doesn't matter where the grandparents live. It is important for you guys to act quickly to get the children or the child from foster care, because depends on the child's age, they will take that child and put that child in an adoptive home, and they're already, and I used to say 200 steps ahead of you, but now I'm convinced it's more like 500 steps ahead of you. My cell number is 626 631 8901. Okay, that is my work direct number. And email again is G as in girl, A as in apple, T as in Thomas, at vincentwdavis.com. That work number that I just gave you, Sarah, you cannot send me any type of attachments such as documents or pictures of children, nothing. I get nothing like that. The only thing you can do is text me. But if you want to send me any documents, if you want to send me something to look at, always email it to me. But again, I'm going to enforce this, make sure you guys understand. I will not be able to respond to you unless I see a full name, full legal name, and a cell number. Because I need to be able to also text you, right? Which will be easier for me because I'm always holding my phone. Okay? You're very welcome, Sarah. So I hope you guys share this video with grandparents and siblings and relatives anywhere in the world. If you have a CPS pending case, or if you barely have a CPS investigation case, either way, please share this with everyone you know. So I'm going to end the show now because I do have several people I need to contact. But God bless you guys, and I hope you guys safety, and don't give up. Please don't give up on your kids. I'm begging you, do not give up on your kids, but just be smart and do it right. Just do it right. Don't let your emotions take over, please. I'm begging you. You can punch a wall after you get your kids back. You can tear a couch apart after you get your kids back. I don't care. But at a moment, just keep your composure together and sleep, eat right. That's important because you can't function if you don't do any of that. Okay? God bless you guys. I will see you guys next week, Monday. If there's a prayer show at 1:30, you guys are more than welcome to join that prayer show. Actually, I love doing that now. I used to hate doing it, but now I love it. Um, I love it now. Yeah. It brings you closer to God. All right. Peace out.